This is what schools in Nigeria's north are looking more like every day now. Isolated, dangerous, and lacking in education. In the past month, attacks by bandits and the kidnapping of hundreds of students has had a devastating impact on classroom teaching. But it's not only schools that are being targeted. For generations, the north has been at the center of Nigeria's agricultural production. Today, that's in decline because of insecurity. Attacks on farmers and their land have risen sharply in the last 3 years, with an increase in deaths and displacements. And there are warnings that will continue unless urgent action is taken.
What should be our focus as leaders and the stakeholders in the Nigerian project and the people of Nigeria is to establish peace of the country. That should be the number one priority of every leader, of every citizen of this country. We must have a country first before you can have any ambition.
Poverty, inequality, corruption, and institutional failures are blamed by some experts on Nigeria's problems.
We are electing people who are highly inept, isn't it? Who has nothing to offer. And this is also creating, also deepening division or crisis in our country. A leader, you cannot give what you don't have, isn't it? If you don't have any vision, you don't have any blueprint to offer to people, you see, the only language you understand is how to you can make money.
The attacks on farmers and schools are largely blamed on some nomadic herdsmen, who themselves have been victims of bad governance, deprivation, and exploitation.
Just this week, Nigeria's Bureau for Statistics said unemployment levels have soared to more than 33% in the last quarter of 2020. Agricultural production is in continuous decline as food shortages are common. Desperate, Nigeria's young population is increasingly drawn to kidnapping for ransom.
And criminals find it easy to smuggle arms through the country's borders. Calls for a separate police force for states have been ignored, but the demands are getting louder.
I believe that Nigeria is the only federation with only one centralized police force, which is inadequate in numbers as well as equipment and training. We think it is time for Nigeria to have a state police to improve the security footprint across the country, and also for very clear demarcations between investigation and prosecution of federal crimes as against state crimes.
As central government struggles to recruit more officers, criminal gangs take advantage.
The personnel and the services of the security forces of Nigeria are by far inadequate to manage the security situation of this country. Better trained manpower, more equipment that should be more sophisticated than the ones in the hands of the enemy. It's not just about funding. Are we following the money? Are we actually doing what we are supposed to do with the funds?
Desperate about the worsening security, some states have taken to negotiating with the kidnappers. But critics say that simply encourages them to carry out more abductions. The government has called in its military forces to put an end to the school attacks. But there is no sign yet that's having any effect. Ahmed Idris, Al Jazeera, Northwest Nigeria.